channel.
Hello guys, good morning and welcome to the channel Final, to the channel that keeps you fresh and updated.
That's right.
Concerning sport-like related stories, fans' reaction to pre and post-match analysis. And of course, I'm with my guys Ugochukwu and AY Baba. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
And yes, be kind enough to follow us across all social media platforms on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube page at Final Whistle 931. Yes, 931. Full version of our stories. And if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and make sure you turn on your notification icon to get notified whenever we drop productions like this that might interest you. Yes, ahead of our match against Zimbabwe, our World Cup qualifier against Zimbabwe in Uyo, we have done our due diligence in looking out and researching our opponent Zimbabwe. Believe me, they on paper they look more like a solid and worthy opponent. So today's production is centered majorly on the strength of the Zimbabwe side. So I'm going to be on this journey with my guests Ugochukwu and AY Baba. Believe me, Zimbabwe, they look like it. They look like the worthy opponent. So basically, in our own little research that we have done, we'll be highlighting some strength that we feel that yes, that the Zimbabwe team possess, and we feel that they can actually use this as a measure to actually deal with us. So, let me just take one of the major key strength from you.
I think the major key strength has to be the fact that we share similar kind of pattern, because mostly we deal with individual brilliance, and they also have that in their team. And now, like they have some of their players that apply their trade in Europe, unlike the Rwanda side that we just played, that are mostly home-based players. So I think they pose a bit of experience to their squad. I think that would actually help them to get a bit of knowledge of European football, because we play mostly European kind of football. We don't play the typical African style of football. So I think that was one of the things that would help them.
So in summary, you're talking about we are going to be playing a proper ball inside,
a proper team,
unlike the African style and everything.
That plays compact.
Yes, let me take it from where we could stop. I think I looked at I actually looked at their call-up list, which is what is displaying on the screen, and I can confirm to you that compared to the Rwandan side, this Zimbabwe, they call them warriors.
Yes. They
call them warriors. It's a blend of both foreign and local like you said. Yeah. And it looks like a perfect combination, because they have 14 foreign players and 9 local players that plays their trade in and across the Zimbabwe country. Now, one thing that interests me about them is the fact that it's now comprised of old and young. So it's a blend of old and young, and a blend of foreign and local.
Yeah.
So it's just a perfect mix. I think there's a 35-year-old striker in their midst, who is actually their second highest goal scorer. We'll be coming to that when we're talking about the personnel which will be involved in this game. Now, out of those 9, something I found out is, out of those 9 local players, 6 out of them plays in just one league club in Zimbabwe, which is Scotland. They call the club name Scotland. 6 out of 9 are playing in just one team. What that tells us is the fact that
there's a synergy already.
There's an understanding, there's a relationship. And them so far so good. I checked up on that club side. They've just lost 1 match in their league, so it's a very strong side. And
a typical example is when we played South Africa. A lot of their players that play from a long sundown.
Compared to us, that we just have, I think, 1 or 2 players, Papadania and Bankwali. You understand?
They have the same league,
9 players that are currently from their league, and 14 that applies their trade in Europe. So they are very strong. They have more quality players than the Rwanda side. Yeah. I think we just have to look at the 23-man list. It looks like a very strong list. 3 goalkeepers. I think I have 7 defenders. And I have, 7 midfielders and 4 strikers.
Okay, thank you very much, AY and Ugochukwu. During the course of my own research and everything, I found out that there's a pattern of their game that they feel that they normally used to exploit. Is for the fact that they are long ball specialists. Believe me, they have defenders who can do the diagonals, and before you know, 2-3 touches, they can get to the goal post. You understand their fact now. So if they are trying to play the football on the ground and the opponent is not allowing them to do that, they can easily get normal goal kicks. You understand, and they try and disturb your center backs, of which is one of our own weaknesses, dealing with area duels. We didn't see that against the Rwanda side, but I'm telling you that if for a fact we don't allow them to play the ball in the midfield, they can go through the long balls and they can eventually get to goal, which is one of our weaknesses. But I think that's a place Eric Sikaushel has been working on our defense, on how to deal with those area balls. But that's why we go through. Is there any other strength you find in the major side?
the one shocking aspect I look at in the whole thing is the fact that they are not so much of a formidable side, but they tend to be able to do comebacks. We saw that just play out in the last game against Benin Republic.
Okay.
Lose 2-0, and all of a sudden you have the momentum, the resilience to come back and play 2-2. This is the same Benin Republic side that we could not easily go ahead against. So I think that's one. It shows that 2-0 is not enough. Or even if you are winning 2-0, don't sleep up on.
We should kill the game.
Kill the game.
Okay. They tend to have this fight and comeback.
There's a fighting spirit in them.
Implies warriors and everything.
There's a fighting spirit in them. It is until the final whistle before you can say it's
game over.
Okay. With them, because nobody expected that result. The last
from 2-0, we all felt it was done and dusted.
Yes, it was done and dusted because we forgot it was the same thing that happened with us against Rwanda, 2-0 in the first half, and that was how the game ended. So imagine you are playing a Zimbabwe side and you score 2 goals early, and you now sleep up. Before you know, you go here say.
That's why this way one body the keyboard to himself. But that's why the way.
Now talking about fighting spirit, I think that's what brings me to where I'm going to, which is all about personnel. Yeah. I think they have good personnel to execute those.
Yeah, formation.
That's why we see those fighting spirit, and I think I stumble on some of their players. I have Walter Musona here. If you guys have forgotten, he was the one that scored a 30-yard free kick against us in the first leg. He scored a 30, so he's a dead ball specialist. He's so good with free kicks, and he's one player to look out for. And then the one good thing about this Zimbabwe side is this guy has been put back to the bench because he has somebody better than that plays in that position. That's to tell you how formidable this side is. Walter Musona, he has a brother, Knowledge Musona. That one plays straight in Saudi Arabia. I think Al Okoya, the same league with them. Second. Yeah. He's one of those guys that probably scored the score. Was on the score sheet against them, Benin Republic. So there's a lot of names that I'm seeing here that might be very, very crucial that we have to deal with, particularly dead ball specialists. They have like 2 or 3 guys that are very good. There's one other guy, Jordan Zamora, plays in straight in Udinese, the same team with Maduka Okoye. He is a wing back. He plays as a wing back in Udinese, but now he has been moved back to a winger in Zimbabwe. That's to tell you how.
This is one of the first things I saw.
This one to tell you how good.
23 appearances this season for Udinese.
Very good, very good guy. So we have to look out for him. Super Eagles should avoid reckless tackles, especially around their 18 box. It could be crucial. It could be a decider. This is one of their patterns. It has worked for them, and it will keep working. It will keep working. It will not stop this time around. So Jordan Zamora is a player to watch out for. The Musuna brothers are players also to watch out for. There's another guy that plays in Wolverhampton Wanderers, Mantesi. He's like the supply of this team. Yeah. Once you cut out that supply, then done. Knowledge and the other guy would probably not have anything to do.
They have individual
brilliance. I'm telling you, this guy and Cunha are like the reason why you are seeing Wolverhampton Wanderer doing exploit in the Premier League.
They just paid 18.8 million to acquire him in January,
and he's like their most valuable player so far. Has come out
for a
of
relegation team to splash 18.8 million pounds for Marshall Montenesi. Believe me, that's solid. He's very, very good. Very strong. Has the height. You can hardly win an area door with him. Very good.
About when we have the fact that Bassi is not someone.
No. Consider the fact that we actually bossed in our midfield against the Rwanda side, and Marshall Montenesi, as the name stands, General Marshall midfield. I'm telling you the fact. If we don't get to see Onyedika in that midfield, anyway, after the match, he saw the advantage and disadvantage of the style he played. I'm telling you, the midfield combination of Marshall Montenesi, that guy is so good. When I went to check in, I was like, from stay the rent. They got it for 18.8 million. A relegation team side, and you know that they're relegating, but you still went there. Got his first goal, 1 goal, 1 assist so far in 5 appearances for Wolves so far this season. Before he made the move, he has about 8 goals, 6 assists. He stayed the rent before he made the move.
Yes.
You understand? And he's very strong on the ball, very strong. And we're talking about late runs into the 18-yard box. Believe me, this guy is your man. So if we don't get to, if we leave only the for that midfield the way we do it against Rwanda.
He's going to flow in it. Because this guy is fit. He's very confident on the ball. I think, like I said, he's their most valuable player. He has got everything going on for. If Eric Sekauche can find a way to take him out of the game, then we are as good as winning the Zimbabwe side. The same thing with Jordan Zamora. He's clinical. He's dangerous. He's
I just Bright Osai.
He was
telling you.
Jordan Samora was the player that got 2 assists against Benin Republic.
Mm.
He was the one that got those 2 assists for them to come back
Wicked
against
left foot.
very good player. Or if we can actually bank on the resilience of Bright Osai.
Yes, Bright
Because
Osai.
if we might probably see an Adingra again against online. But I think the coach has to knows best. He should come up with a strong 11 that is going to be able to subdue this Zimbabwe side.
So is it safe to say Zimbabwe is going to be a tougher opponent?
I'm telling you, Rwanda is basically on paper. On the field of play, I think Zimbabwe will be a worldy and more tough opponent. That's been said. There's another one I found out about these people is for the fact that I've talked about them being a long ball specialist and every other thing.
Yeah.
There's another thing that another strength they have to that game is their height now. So set piece goal scorers, it's another thing for them because if they can win the second balls and third balls, so if they whip in the set piece, even though they don't get to win the first ball, the second ball because of their height and strength, they can get something from there. Because if you look at their equalizing goal against Benin Republic, it was somewhat of a scrappy goal. Before we saw it first ball, second ball, and third ball inside the net. So I think we need to be resilient enough to combat the Zimbabwe side. I'm telling you, go. I'm just telling you that we need to be resilient too. And for our sake, I pray I pray Bright Osai was just basically cramps and fatigue. Because I wouldn't I wouldn't want to see another Adingra as Olaina. Not that Olaina is not a good player, but I think I prefer Olaina as a wing back than a right back. Osai is more disciplined in terms of defense because he play under Jose Mourinho for God's sake. So definitely talking about defense mechanism is something that you are used to. So you understand? And Bright Osai was one of our best players against the Rwanda side. So I hope our coach and the coaching crew take notice of all this strength and have done their own due diligence. Thank you very much,
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. And yes, like I said, this production is centered majorly on the strength of the Zimbabwe side. And like I said, on paper, Rwanda side feel like say then they strong. Zimbabwe on the field of play in terms of stars, in terms of the quality of play. Forget the position where they do. They're a worldy opponent, and believe me, they are ready to bring the smoke to the Akwa Ibom Stadium. Well, feel free to go to the comment section and share your opinion concerning this production. That's our time. We see you guys.